Hello and welcome to Commodity Champions. I'm Manisha Gupta, and the appetite for dry fruits in India has been skyrocketing as the healthy snack has become the preferred gift to give and to get during the festive season. Well, this along with the increased usage in ice creams to snacks has made India one of the fastest growing markets for dry fruits. India's consumption of dry fruits has also nearly doubled in the last few years as pecans and prunes also become staple snacks in many households. Well, this has boosted the retail market's value to nearly $6 billion this year, with experts expecting it to double in 6 years. So what lies ahead for the industry? Joining us now to take that discussion forward is Gunjan Jain. He's president at Nuts and Dry Fruit Council of India. Rajiv Pabreja is managing director, Commodity Trading Corporation. We're also joined by Sameer Bhanushali. He's founder and MD at CEO at Ashapura and Mizana. Yash Gowdy, in the meanwhile, is CEO at Candor Foods, and Sameer Harlalka is director at #India. Gentlemen, hi, thank you so much for joining us. Well, we have seen very, very strong numbers in 2023. It was the highest in 5 years that we saw dry fruits demand in the previous year. The first question, Gunjan, really is, has 2024 built up on that? What is the kind of demand that we have seen in this year until now?
So yeah, in fact, I think demand is continuing to be robust. 2024 really picked up on 23. Of course, 23 was a very tough act to follow because I think everything went perfectly for the industry in terms of pricing and everything. So the demand really shot up. We had a lot of new consumers. But even this year, we are seeing the same trend continue. Demand has been rising. In spite of higher pricing, we haven't seen any small fall in demand or anything. Diwali sales were robust. Now that the wedding season is here, we are seeing great demand here. We are seeing very robust, overall from all segments, a very good demand.
Gunjan, I want to get the numbers out of the way to begin with. So what is the kind of price rise that we have seen for various dry fruits, and what is the kind of demand number that you're seeing on an year-on-year basis?
So I think everything's going up in terms of pricing. As I said, last few years was an anomaly where the worldwide the crops were so large that we were getting excellent pricing. Now pricing has moved up a little. It's moved up right from about 10% to 25% across various commodities in our segment, right from cashew nuts to almonds to pistachios. Having said that, demand still continues to rise. I think India will add another 3,000 to 4,000 tons of pistachios demand this year. Cashew nuts and almonds, already we have such a large base that I think even a small rise would mean adding again. So all in all, I think India will add about anywhere between 80,000 tons to 100,000 tons of consumption this year across all the segments put together.
All right. So India is going to be consuming 80,000 to 100,000 tons more. Gunjan, just what is the total tonnage that India consumes as of now when it comes to dry fruits?
So it's a huge number now. Cashews, India does close to 300,000 tons. Pistachios, about 35,000 tons. Walnuts has gone as high as 90,000 tons from 18,000 tons in the last 7 years. Pistachios has moved to 36,000 tons from just 9,000 tons in 4 years. So I think overall everything is just going up and up.
Oh, absolutely. It's absolutely skyrocketing, and the kind of tonnages that India is consuming in sense of dry fruits is just amazing. Rajiv, this one is to you. So we do understand that this quarter is clearly the most important one because Diwali is just done, and we do understand that the numbers were on the stronger side. But now it is the winters, a period when people eat more dry fruits, and then it is weddings as well, where the gifting and consumption just about increases. So what are the kind of numbers that you're looking at for in this quarter?
See, if you see that this year, till from 12th to 16th, 11th or 12th November to 16th of December, there are approximately 4.8 million marriages in India. That means 48 lakh marriages. And in Delhi itself, there are around 5 lakh marriages. And total consumption, you can imagine, in the marriage time is huge. Total 6 trillion business marriage expense will be done. It's like a economy of many other countries, the GDP of many countries, what we'll be spending on just on the marriages. And if a demand of at least 15,000 to 20,000 metric ton will be in the Diwali time, or for the marriages, the minimum. This is the minimum demand, and especially the new nuts which are coming up, like pecans, cranberry, many things. And even if you see in the marriage season now, people are coming with innovative ideas of like earlier there used to be the only one gajar ka halwa or some badam ka halwa. Now they have from dates, they have from khajur, they have from uh, cranberries. They use it figs, everything. They make halwas or 5-6 types of halwas and many varieties. It's adding and adding every year.
Oh, well, absolutely. Yash, this one is to you. So as Rajiv said, from desserts and various kinds of it now, but it's not just that. I mean, we've seen usage in ice creams, in cereals, in namkeens, in basic food, catering. You go to a hotel and when you look at the breakfast buffet, you have a different section altogether for dry fruits. Now, clearly, people are opting for this one.
Oh, absolutely. I think we've seen dry fruits, nuts, and also dates, notably to mention, are very versatile ingredients, almost natural, chemical free, and they've been in the Indian palate for a while. It's now that the bakery segment, the biscuits, the chocolatiers. I think they're kind of including all of these nuts, the traditional almonds, cashews, but also the new nuts that Rajiv mentioned. To macadamias, pecans, hazelnuts, and also in the winter season, we see a lot of uptake and consumption of pine nuts, which are more of a winter kind of nut. High in oil, bring a lot of warmth to the body, and great in nutrition. So very versatile ingredients, chemical free, and add a lot of flavor to any recipe or any cuisine for that matter. So great. I mean, as an industry, we're pretty upbeat about how these nuts and dry fruits and dates are going to be consumed.
Oh, absolutely, Yash. The kind of numbers that you guys are working with, I'm assuming it's a happy industry at that too. Healthy is apart from that. Sameer Vanushali, this question is to you. So what is the industry doing really to ensure that the business can be grown, can be smooth, the stakeholders are partaking, and it is, as a value chain, everybody continues to grow here?
Yes, as you see, I think all the industry participants are investing a lot today in processes, in machinery, bringing the global techniques of food production to India. So we all are cognizant of the fact that this industry is set to grow massively and exponentially each year. And we all are building our back end to kind of support that kind of a growth. So I think we are set to support the kind of volumes that we are seeing for the next 6 years. You just showed the number that in the next 6 years, we expect this to double, which is humongous. We already are among the top dry fruit importers in the world, and to double that up is no joke. It's a big deal. So we as industry players are invested in it, but we also see a lot of innovation happening besides us, right? You see a lot of chefs working with or creating products with nuts and dry fruits. You see a lot of snacks today using nuts and dry fruits. The conventional snacks of maida-driven snacks are now being replaced by oats and dry fruits. So I think the innovation and investment is happening all around, and it's not only financial investment. People are really invested in this emotionally as well, because Indians view nuts and dry fruits very emotionally. I think that's how I can see this.
Oh, absolutely. Mr. Harlalka, this one is to you then. And as we go ahead from here, how would you look at the distribution side of it? Because this is another thing that is really added into the buying ease, the whole e-commerce, quick commerce, and the fact that a lot of Indians now buy a lot of food, including dry fruits, from these platforms.
Manisha, thanks for inviting us. To carry forward my Mr. Bhanushali's thought, that we are investing more and more in the business and to increase the consumption of dry fruits in India. I think government should also help us in increasing the consumption. As you know that India is growing at a rapid pace of 7%, but still India is the diabetes capital of the world. Because of the health awareness is not that high, and we need the government help for this health awareness. Like India, the government is promoting the millets program. We understand that the government should help us to promote the dry food industry with their dry food program. It is like Swachh Bharat, it should be a Swasth Bharat also. And rightly said that dry fruits khayega India, to healthy banega India.
Well, I do see, Mr. Lalka, you have all your advertising lines absolutely ready there. So when you say that you need government support, when you look at the business growing, what exactly would you say is your 1, 2, 3 when you want to get?
Like, first of all, like the way government is promoting millets, they are holding programs, they are creating awareness as a healthy product. Same way, like we need the dry food industry also need the support. Like because of the lack of awareness that which product and to eat, when to eat, like a little addition of almonds or pistachios in your food can make you more healthy. It is adding a protein to your meal, and like it will give you less sugar spikes, and it will be more healthy for your diabetes, and if you're suffering for diabetes. And secondly, like they have to uh, give us more subsidy. I would like to add the word subsidy to for us, and more rationalization in the duty structure, because most of the dry fruits are imported and from various countries. So if that duty is rationalized, then we would be able to sell at a lower prices, and there would be more awareness, and there can be more consumption of the dry fruits.
Oh, well, yes, those are the top things that the industry has been asking for some time, and quite opportune as well, because it's soon going to be budget and the finance minister will start holding a lot of conversations as well. So these are some things that perhaps the dry fruit industry is putting out in sense of representations. Well, gentlemen, do stay on with us. We'll go for a very short break. When we come back, we'll talk also about the year 2025, the plans therein, the promotional activities to, of course, the kind of imports that we do. All of that after this break. Welcome back, and you're watching Commodity Champions. Well, when it comes to dry fruits, India is the second largest consumer of peanuts, almonds, cashews, third for raisins. It is fourth for dried figs, sixth for walnuts, seventh for dates, and I could just about go on. That's the kind of consumption numbers that we continue to see in India. This one is to you, Gunjan. When you talk about promotion, when you talk about awareness, when you want to talk about creating more categories when it comes to dry fruits within India, what are the plans for that for 2025?
So, like Samirji said, that's the main need of the Swasth Bharat campaign. So, we are working, in fact, even with international boards as a Nuts and Dry Fruit Council, we are working to create awareness and promotion. So, if that can be added on by the Indian government, so what we are doing is talking with the various boards to talk about the health benefits of nuts, to educate people on protein content, on all just the dietary benefits that these nuts have. But just adding on to that, I would just digress a little on the government thing. I think just wanted to add that we really request the Indian government, and we've put it to the finance minister, the commerce minister, that like all other industries, textile, toys, our industry also needs a PLI to really push it to the next step forward. As Mr. Sameer Bhanushali mentioned about the fact that we are, investing heavily in terms of the back end. But all this can be catalyzed further if we are able to get a PLI for the industry. That would really get new players in. That would really get a much faster injection of capital in to this industry. We are saying we'll double in 5 years. So a lot of work needs to be done on the processing side. So that's where I think a PLI would be very helpful to get this to happen very profitably for the country, for revenue, for everything. Coming back to 25 and on the promotions that are going to happen, I think there's a lot of stuff planned around new nuts and dried fruit, pecans, cranberries, prunes, all these new healthy nuts. A lot of campaigns are happening on that. Of course, there are campaigns going around. A lot of people in India still don't. Cashews is the most consumed in India, but unfortunately, everybody doesn't associate it with as much health as it is. A cashew is a very healthy nut. So I think some campaigns on cashew health promotion are going to happen a lot. Cashew is very healthy, but it still needs to go out to the Indian public in general that cashews are also as healthy as an almond and a walnut.
Rajiv,
So yeah, those are the campaigns.
Oh, well, absolutely. So there are various campaigns, more awareness, especially when it comes to health. We do understand that there are a lot of, dry fruits is also coming up in sense of alternate food. It also is a plant-based meal. It also is non-dairy meal. So there's a lot of things that dry fruits actually can take attributes on and pat their backs on. But Rajiv, I also do understand that you guys are also coming up with a new conference now in the next year as well. So what is going to be the theme for that one?
The new conference is in the best center in the world, the famous center with the Ambanis had the marriage, the Geo Convention Center. And we have booked the same hall where the marriage happened. And
Okay.
you will be surprised. Last year we had 6,000 people turning up for the exhibition. This year we're expecting at least 10 to 12,000 people. The business was around 700 crores last year. This year we're expecting
Okay.
around 1,200 to 1,500 crores business to happen in an exhibition. Exhibition is almost double. And not only we are doing, like it's not a networking, it's people from the world, every corner of the world who's dealing in nuts and dry fruits in India and the world are coming. We'll be there, almost 400 to 500 foreign delegates will be attending the show. And the best part is the show is not only about business, it is about networking and fun also. We are having one day, every Indian has a cricket in their blood. So one day is only cricket.
All right.
First day is cricket, then we have Bollywood night, we have Hollywood night, and one day is only for we'll be wearing all traditional Indian dresses. Even the foreigners who are invited will be wearing foreign Indian dresses. It'll be a massive replica show.
Clearly going into the spirit there with that event there. Yash, this one is to you. Talk to us about, it has been spoken about everybody that yes, India does consume a lot of dry food, but what is the market size that we're looking at right now? I got those numbers out of Gunjan, yes, but what is the kind of profitability there? We do understand that this is still a largely not organized market. So in the years to come, are we looking to balance that number as well?
The growth for India is not only the the overall market size increasing basis all the promotional and the educational activities that we end up doing. But it's also a great shift that we see as an industry from unorganized to the organized. So you're going to get a lot more relevant and credible numbers coming out from forums like us. We currently look at the industry between $7 to $8 billion today in US dollar terms. And in terms of profitability, I think it's a little on our sector level, it should be between 8 to 12%, but it's different for different commodities basis the size and the demand and supply. Larger commodities like almonds and cashews may see a little smaller margin structures across the chain, but then there are other commodities where the margins are pretty healthy for the businesses to sustain and to reinvest, because as my co-panelist also mentioned, I think for building for 2030 and the business size being 2x of what it is now, there's going to be significant investment and capital that needs to be deployed to manage the demand that we hope that India can generate for the dry fruits, nuts, and dates. So yeah, I think it's a pretty healthy industry. We will see a lot of investment coming in and a lot of capacity to be built, and interesting products and segments to cater to.
Oh, absolutely. Mr. Bhanushali, this one is to you then, and we do understand that dry fruit consumption, even every month there's a new product. The previous ones were perhaps roasted and salted and then honey and then barbecued, and then there are so many different ways of eating dry fruits now. So when you guys look at a season which is the most prime, what is it that you're pushing out this time? What are the newer trends this time?
So Manisha, it's pretty interesting world that we live in, right? So the trends catch up so quickly, due to the social media. So it's no longer, just dry fruits being consumed as Indian mithais. We see the trends happening in Europe, US, and other Western countries, and we adapt that very quickly. So if you look at the kind of innovation that's happening and the new products that are coming in, you see a lot of energy bars being launched. Then you have cookies like pecan cookies and all. Then you have a lot of confectionery like chocolates and all using nuts and dry fruits. Of course, ice creams as well. And because of the nature of the product, nuts can be used in almost everything, be it your salad, be it your snack, be it anything, right? Your milkshake, your cookie. So because of the wide usage of the product, you're going to see more and more innovative products coming in, and the young generation is very open to this, right? Unlike a few years back, right? The today's generation is open to trying new things. They're ready to pay for that as well, and the general awareness between the generations before and now is much higher, and people are ready to invest in their health and wellness and are ready to spend, and that is fueling more and more innovation in this category. So 2025 is going to be really exciting, as is 2026-27 as well. So we are very excited with what we are seeing with the nuts and dry fruit industry, and as I said, we all are invested in this and are going to enjoy the journey going forward.
Oh, well, absolutely. Mr. Halalka, this one is to you. So while earlier you told me on what you're expecting from the government on this one, but as a consumer, I'm expecting better quality, easy availability, affordable prices, and availability also in Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4 cities, perhaps. What is the industry doing for that?
Manisha, in that Tier 2, Tier 3 cities, I'm telling you, like, the consumption is more than the metros. The rising consumption is coming all from Tier 2, Tier 3 cities. Now imagine a Tier 2 city replacing a chocolate bar with a protein bar. Can you imagine a sushi filled up with dry fruits, a momo filled up with dry fruits? So in such manner, like as I said, we are doing many things regarding to maintain and to uplift the quality of dry fruits also. Like the sorting part, the manufacturing part is the machineries are getting updated, the sorting part is getting updated. We are daily doing more and more research to how to make the quality better and better for our consumers.
All right, so there are various promotions, more innovations. The imports are on the higher side. The investments on the back end and the front end is happening quite strongly. And there's just so much to look forward to in sense of the season and in 2025. And of course, there's a budget. And we already have a wish list from this sector there. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining in and filling us up with that sector and the latest that's happening there. And with that, that's all the time that we have on this edition of Commodity Champions. Thank you for watching.